Hello and welcome to my channel. This is a knife build that I just finished, yeah, I'm just going to tell you a little bit about it. Made it out of 1095 annealed billet steel. Just drew my design out on a piece of paper and then copied it over and cut it out with the chop saw and started going to town with it on the belt sander. And so this is the process through the belt sander. I got my basic shape down. This is also one of the first knives I've ever done, start to finish, from scratch. So it was a learning curve for me. It was a process, and I only got to work on the knife during my spare time. This is obviously not what I do for a living, but I was commissioned to make this knife for a friend, and I think it turned out pretty good. So here's my process. So right now I've got the basic shape down in steel, and I put my holes in it there, and I'm using a black canvas micarta for scales. And it's kind of a woven canvas material in resin, and shapes up really nice, as you'll see here at the end. So yeah, we'll just kind of go through this process. This is me putting it in the forge. I got it to about 1500 degrees, and I put it in the quench. I think it did a pretty darn good job of it for my first time ever. After this, took it to the house and sanded it a little bit before I tempered it. And then there it is going in the oven. I put it in there at 400 degrees for 2 hours on each side, so a total of 4 hours. And this is the process of me sanding it after I've tempered the blade. Just kind of fine sanding it, trying to do my best, and being very meticulous with this. The customer, who's one of my buddies, wanted a specific type of knife, but he didn't know what knife he was actually getting. He left all of the artistic side of it to me, and this is what I've come up with so far. So I used stainless steel pins. Here I am gluing up the scales here, just with a piece of tape and some super glue, and put that in a clamp here in a minute and let it sit for about 30 minutes to let it all set up so I can start working on it. Here I am shaping the scales for the handle, shaping it, getting it going with the belt sander, using 80 grit, I believe it was. This is me just kind of trying to drill and tap those holes as best I can before the glue up stage. So you can see I'm using a drill bit by hand right there just to kind of fine tune it to get everything lined up really well. So I finally got it to that point. Here I am, I'm using, this is just like a Harbor Freight belt sander. It worked out pretty good. I got 3 different grits for it, and was able to really fine tune with that thing a whole lot better than I thought I would. And so I'm just putting the shape for the scales here. It's the exact same machine. I'm just working outside. Took it to the back of the truck and breathed in a whole lot less dust at this point. But as you can see, as time goes on, the back of my tailgate there just starts turning dusty and yellow and all that. I'm using it's a Win rotary tool there, just to kind of fine tune some of these curves that I got in the handle. I'm pretty sure that's like a 60 or it's probably an 80 grit rotary sander. And this is kind of a very rough finish there, obviously before final sanding and buffing. So then I went in the shed and got a couple other things set up. Like I said, this is one of my first start to finish knives. So I got out the after finally sanding, which I didn't record that part, I did by hand. I got out the buffing wheel and started going through my buffing compounds to see what it's going to look like and get some of those deeper scratches out of the blade and the handle and so forth. I think at this point I'm moved over to the handle. I'm using mid-grade, the green compound stick there to buff the handle. And that black micarta handle, you'll see it turned out pretty neat. I really like that material a lot, but I haven't used a whole lot of materials in the past, so I'm going to wrap the blade up here just to protect it as I do some more buffing on it. And I did go down to a red buffing compound. Not at this point. This is still a green buffing compound stage. And so here it's just what the basic shape is, and it's an almost finished knife at this point. And it really did take me quite a long time to get here.
2,000 years later.
And here's the final knife. This is what I've worked many hours on. I'm pretty proud of it. And I really, really, really do hope my buddy's proud of it. And for your satisfaction and mine, take a listen. Are you satisfied? Well, thanks for watching, guys. Appreciate y'all. Give me some feedback. See you next time.